Welcome to the Heavy Metal Patient podcast. You are here because you love heavy speed, power metal, hard rock, heavy rock, and you, as well as me, are a patient of this sickness and madness called heavy metal. Today we will check what kind of jewels were released 40 years ago in the month of August. The first jewel is the first album of the American power and heavy metal gods Jag Panzer. As you can see, the title of the songs are not too much related with peace, love and good feelings. And also the cover depicts the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Well, 3 horsemen and 1 horsewoman who has some kind of scars in her right hand. This band has had a solid career of 12 albums, and now we have to revive the quality of the first album. If some people could think nowadays that metal at this early age was a little weak, take a look at the lyrics. Unleash this demon rage. I was raised in hell and I am spreading the seed. The women, the children, the young and the old, nothing will escape the Panzer stronghold. Sound of crushing bone, scent of burning flesh, posting skulls on a pole, terrorizing the rest. No, they are not Slayer, they are Jag Panzer. So let's play tribute to this band that resembles the perfect blend of speed metal, heavy rock, and new wave of British heavy metal with the early stage of power metal. And now we have the first and only album of these gods from Belgium. Lion's Pride knew how to blend the late heavy rock of the 70s and the early heavy metal of the 80s. And this album will be the delight of all of the fans of Van Halen, Def Leppard and so on. And if you want to take a look at them, you can go to their Bandcamp. And now we have a French band called Stratège in English. Their second demo from 1984 brings a fresh air of the resemblance of 70s hard rock. Both their demos were produced independently, but nowadays, thanks to many people, we can have a look at them. If you go to the Bandcamp website, you can see that their works are sold out, but on the other hand, you can go to Under Siege Records and then you can grab a work that is a compilation and as an anthology of their early works. And if you want to take a direct listen to this, you can go to the channel Cult Metal. Now we have an American band that was another surprise to me, because they only had 2 demos and they really took the Motorhead sound and also the hardcore punk sound and blended it with speed metal, with a raw sound. They have very fast songs, and even though they continued as The Kill and Life of Crime with some kind of speed, heavy and thrash approach, they couldn't came back to their original sound. So today we pay honor to this demo released 40 years ago. Now we have the American band Wild Dogs and their second album. Even though they only had 6 albums in its history, Man's Best Friend had really a mix of heavy metal and certain footprints of the early thrash metal. And regarding the songs, they knew how to make good songs that surpass the 5 minutes time limit. So it is surely an hour to enjoy. And now we pay tribute to a band that is the living history of heavy metal and hard rock and its evolution. I am sure they didn't imagine at that time that they would be releasing 16 albums up to now. The first album of W.A.S.P is a classic jewel of the 80s and also set standards in how people should make rock and roll and heavy metal at that time. And last but not least, we have Krokus from Switzerland. They have a rich history of having released 18 albums. They have lived 5 decades of extreme music, rock and metal. And in the month of August, 40 years ago, they released The Blitz. And if you are a fan of the classic rock and roll of the 70s and also rock and metal of the 80s, you can discover the cross between AC/DC and any standard heavy metal of the 80s. So let's get out of control as a maniac with this amazing classic of the 70s and the 80s.